Okay, we're live, I think. Yeah, I think we're live. I'm just getting set up. This whole, like, two streams at once is, it takes some getting used to. Okay. Almost done. Get my two chats set up. We're still live. Okay, that's a good sign. Alright, let's get going. Blocked and loaded too. I have high hopes for this game. I hope you do too. So we have, since we last spoke, blowing grass. I made these rocks. Our character moves around. Our character jumps. There he is on the left screen. And also on the left screen, you can watch the water as he gets in. He like splashes. So I made that splash effect. Thought that was cool. Whee! Splish, splash. And any object that enters the water is going to cause that to happen. So like you shoot it, you'll see little splashes, enemies walk through it, that kind of thing. So I think the splashing is kind of cool. I might have to turn down the effect because it's a big splash if like a little bullet goes in there, you know. But overall, I mean, I made this yesterday. I think it turned out pretty decent. I really like some of the built-in features in Unity, like the grass swaying. I didn't do that. Unity does it for you. The water was a pain in the butt. Oh my god. I looked at so many forums and guides and eventually found like a way to make the shader. And I ended up tweaking it a little bit, but I tried to make it as pacified as possible, as like simple as possible. Like you get the nice little refractions in the water, and the water kind of bounces around a little bit. It looks better on a bigger body of water because it doesn't move anywhere near as much against the sides. Like it's not as noticeable. But for now, I'm happy with that for a small pool, and then I'll make something else for the bigger ones. But yeah, that's what I have so far. Hey, Dan Wolfgang, how's it going, man? I need more coffee today. Whew. I'm on my second cup already. How are you doing, man? It's been a while. What do you think of my terrain testing for blocked and loaded? I would ignore the sides of the map, like the walls. I don't really know what I'm going to do for walls yet, but just like the stuff in between. I think I'm pretty happy with it. I'm going to start working on the gun now. Let's see. I got my pistol. I started playing around with animations in Unity instead of doing them all in Blender. The terrain looks pretty good. Do you feel like it fits together? You know, that's one of the things I'm worried about, is that like something will be too vibrant or just like too pixelated. I did all the graphics, like the ground, the water, rocks, the grass. I drew them all by hand. And I just did it in like layers in GIMP. So I was hoping if I used the same style for each asset, it would come out like at least looking like it came from the same place, like they all go together. But they're supposed to be like alien planets, so I'm not trying to make it look like Earth. You're supposed to be like, I'm gonna pick a theme for Blocked and Loaded 2 instead of it being like this cross between laser guns and medieval castles, and make it more that you hop around planets. Grass looks very alien. Okay, perfect. That's good. Yeah, GIMP is the way to go, man. I have a little list here. It's Blender, Unity, GIMP, Audacity. Those are my tools. But yeah, so I started playing with the pistol. Let's see, and we can just like, what can I do here? Put the pistol in the game. We can go into the game. That was my oh, there it is. Okay. I don't know why it moves like that. So in the animator, I can turn on draw. I gotta move that thing. It's too close to the ground. I can't move it? Why does it do that? Huh. I don't know why it does that. Anyway, I'll have to figure that out. I don't know why it does that. So I can say like draw, then I can say fire, and it starts shooting, and then pull it back up. So that's what it's going to look like on the screen, like in your hand. Yeah, maybe. Sivan says, wow, I think this needs to be smaller. No, no. we can always go bigger. Panda, what's up? What do you think of the terrain? What do you guys think for Blocked and Loaded 2? We have Splashy Splash in the water. Splashy Splash. Splash. We have rocks. Grass. Ignore the giant walls that make no sense. They're just like my little test area. Big guns are always good. There's going to be big guns in this game, that's for sure. I'm definitely going to have the minigun again. I think the funnest gun in the original game was the anti-aircraft turret that you could just hold in your hands. It was so stupid. But it made the coolest sound effects. Just like the... like a warthog when it's firing. It sounded like that. It was so good. They look okay for placeholder. Oh god, dude. I thought they were amazing. Oh god. I'm really trying to learn more of the aspects in Unity. It's meant to be like an alien world, so it's not supposed to look like Earth. It's supposed to look a little different. But yeah, so anyway, let's get this gun in the right place. So I'm going to start the game. I'm going to pause the game. And let's get the gun attached to the player. We're going to find a bone that we want to put this on. I guess I could just put it attached to the camera, actually. It'll be different when, like, the players are with each other. The gun will be, like, floating in front of them and aiming up and down, but it might be easier to do this in front of the camera. And obviously the gun is enormous, so we're going to have to tone this down a little bit. Let's go half size. Still enormous. That's better. It is a pistol after all. I need like an aimer in the screen. I can't tell where the center is. Hold on. Gimpy Gimp. So what do you guys want to see in Blocked and Loaded 2? It's cutesy? Hey, as long as it's a theme. That's all I care about. I think it important block the system in general. What? What do you mean by that? I'm gonna make the buildings out of straight blocks, like 90-degree angles. And I'm gonna snap them to the terrain. So, don't know entirely how I'm gonna do that just yet. But I definitely want to make it retain like the old Blocked and Loaded feel, with blocky buildings, but not the terrain. I want the terrain to be more free flowing, and I think it'll open up a whole bunch of combat opportunities. All right, let's just do like a circle thing. Got to be perfect. This is the character's aimer, so gotta make sure that's dead center. Just it work. Okay. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, I was playing around with the look and feel because I wanted to get terrain to work. I didn't want to go all blocks in a grid kind of again. I hear what you're saying, and that's why I have like a little test area. It's not very big. I'm gonna do like all of my testing for the game in here. I'm gonna make the enemies, the inventory system, NPCs, everything in here just to test it. And we'll do that well in advance of creating levels and like any of the design beyond that. I want to get the prototype to work first. Like you're saying, that's a good point. So let's get our little aimer. Oh, this is our Dur. We found that on the asset store. It was called a super scary monster. Oh, I laugh at that every time I see it. Alright, let's stop this for now. Where's 2D? Mr. Aimer, go in here. It is a sprite, so we can have transparency. Okay. And we're gonna need a canvas. What do you think the odds are that my video will get published if I'm playing Lord of the Rings in the background? On Twitch, it'll be no problem. On YouTube, I don't know. It might not work out so well. It looks, yeah, Panda, I agree. It looks kind of cutesy. What's, oh yeah, the thing? Yeah, it is scary. It's scary good. It actually kind of looks scary when the thing opens its mouth because it's all like disjointed and it's like enormous. I'll just call it game canvas. I like to put canvas in the name. And I want this to be attached to the camera. To my head camera. Okay. Zoop. Zooming right in, holy crap. Alright, let's get this in here. D25. It can't be distracting. Like, it needs to be there and visible when you need to see it, but just not too distracting. Okay, there's our aimer. So now when we play the game, we should see the aimer running around. Oh, what's my Twitch channel? Sure. Let me get that for you. So the game that I'm making is a sequel to Blocked and Loaded, which was published on Steam. Blocked and Loaded. The game was a MMO first-person shooter where you would collect items to build your own little base, where you could post like upgrade stations and things. So like the base had a purpose. You could grow food and cook it, and then you could show your base off to your friends. You'd run around the world, and as you entered areas, you would zone in, and if other people happened to be in that zone in a lobby, you would automatically join their game. So there were no like lobbies. So it felt like an MMO, the way you'd run around and just join other people, see them in the world. There were, I don't know, 5 worlds, I think, and a 6th on the way, and then I ended up crashing my computer, and no longer being able to support X and A, which is what I coded it in. And so I couldn't even install the like last version I worked with, so I said screw it and I went to Unity. But I was able to publish it, at least. But yeah, Blocked and Loaded I think is my most popular game, followed by Real Scary, One Night Two Crazies, and Rogue Party 2. Oh, my mic's quiet? My mic's quiet. Are you let me try this. How about that? Is that better? I can be a little louder. Maybe the audio's not too loud. It looks good. Oh, okay. Panda, turn me up. Stop listening to Valheim music. No, I'm just kidding. So, when are you cashing in on the Battle Royale craze and making $4 million off of asset flip? Oh, man. How'd you know my master plan? No, I'm not going to do Battle Royale. I don't think I could make a game that supports that many players without investing in servers and just a lot of upfront costs and getting it to work. I think I'm pretty decent at making multiplayer games, though. I think they're pretty smooth, and as long as you keep the players below 8, they run fairly well. So now we got our little aimer, and it's right in the center of the screen. I still think it's a little too bright for my tastes, in contrast to the shadows. When it's in the the bright world, it's not as bad, but when you're looking in the shadows, it's kind of bad. So let me make that a little less bright. But I need that there so I can line the gun up properly. Alright, we'll just do 0.15. We'll leave it at that. Make sure it's not invisible. Yeah, that looks much better. It's not as distracting. At least in my opinion. Alright, so let's work on getting that pistol set up. Pause. Can I look down a little bit? Damn it. Okay, where's my pistol? Models. That's a big gun right there. Right there. I want to attach it to my camera. Try that one more time. There we go. Can you make it sizable? Oh yeah, it's a good idea. Make it so you can like change how big it is. I like that. That's a good idea. I gotta turn down this music for me. It's not loud for you guys, but it is blowing me out right now. There we go. So one thing I don't like about my headset is the sound options are so limited. I think I might need to get a new one. So now I can line this up with the center. Oh my god, why is it so hard to click this? Oh my god. There's only 2 options? Let's see. There we go. That is perfection right there. And how close can I get before the gun disappears? I want to get that close. I'm going to save this. Cool. Okay, I got the dimensions right there in a screenshot. What was your favorite part about Blocked and Loaded if you guys played it? There was PvP in it, but very few people actually did it. I was hoping that the PvP would be like an end game to the game. Like you would say, okay, I want to find the absolute best items. Because like Loot or Die, that game was pretty popular on Xbox, and that's what people did. They beat the game, and then they ran around perfecting their builds with the best possible items until they could beat all their friends. Alright, it's cocked way up there. Alright, that doesn't work out so well. That's a little too far. This is so weird doing it in the animations. It's so weird. Put this over here. It looks like it just goes way too far. It's just way too far. It's shooting out of his skull. Look at that. Alright, these animations are a little too aggressive. Let's do 0.2. And we'll see what this looks like. Oh, I can't change it for some reason. That's really annoying me. I can change the scale, but I can't move the position. I guess you have to do it with local position, maybe? Alright, we'll do it programmatically, and that'll be a little less of a headache. I got like the 4th area, then my PC broke, so I could never finish. Oh, the 4th area. Panda, I thought we played it together and beat the game. Oh, thank you. Ah, shoot, I missed it. I missed the notice. I'm sorry. How do I check that? I think it's on Twitch. I think it's creator dashboard. I can see what people did. Oh, thank you, Mox, for the follow. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Play Ram Ranch? No. We've gone down that trail. For those who don't know, someone decided to put a video in my chat, and they requested that I play it, and it was like some like standard NCS like no copyright song, and so I was like, okay, can a mod please check it? And so, yeah, I figured it was Max. So I said, a mod, please check this. And Jamin, who's my cousin, was modding at the time. And he goes, all right, I'll check it out. And like 5 minutes later, he comes back. He's like, song's good. You can play it. And I was like, something feels wrong. And I was like, Jamin, if this isn't an appropriate song, I'm not letting you come to Thanksgiving, which is a big deal in my family. And he goes, yeah, it's fine. So I play it, and about 15 seconds in, Ram Ranch takes over. You're just someone now? Wait, what? I said I figured it was you. I figured it was Max Pie. Do you need the plug club in your life? Is that why you've come here? You need some plug club? How'd your Think game go? You're still here, so I figured it didn't make you millions of dollars. 42 downloads? That's pretty good. Did you make it free? No, I wouldn't call that shit at all. I would say, the minute you put it on sale, is it free? What's the price on that thing? I didn't look at it since a couple days after the launch. I was reading like the comments. Someone said this story was really cool. It's $2. Hey, that's fine. So, what you want to do now is every I think it might be 2 months. I think it's 8 weeks. So every 8 weeks, you want to put your game up on sale for like 30% or something. Hey, what's that I hear? Get these. Oh, it's a. I can't skip it. It's an unskippable ad. Oh man, now I want a Peloton. Oh, we're gonna change beats here. Epic music, 8 hours. I don't know if we're gonna stream that long. No, really, I'm telling you. Yeah, it sucks, Dan. Like you think it's $84, but they take like 30% or something. It sucks. But I'll check how Appease the Spider's doing. Well, I won't check it on stream, but like Appease the Spider, I think I want to say had like 40 sales or something. So on the first week or whatever, I didn't check after that. But as soon as it hits that 8-week period, I'm gonna put it on sale, and you're eventually gonna get the money that you invested in it. Like eventually. Wow, you sold it for $5? I did the same thing. I did that with Rogue Party. I was like, man, I've put, 1,000 hours into this, making this game. $5 seems fair to me. And then people were playing it and they were like, this not $5. I was like, I'm fine. It's $2. I did the exact same thing. You sold 30 copies at $5? Holy shit. Well, they say, like in marketing, if someone really loves your product, they're going to pay no matter what. And like they're going to buy it for whatever price you put up there. So there's a strategy out there where you just sell things for the maximum amount anyone would be willing to pay, and then hope that that will outnumber if you were to sell it for cheaper. Yeah, it's really cool. That reminds me of when I sold Fright Light on Xbox 360. I think it was, you couldn't do anything other than 99 cents, $4.99, or $19.99 on the Xbox indie store. So I was like, okay, well, I think this is worth more than 99 cents because I put so much time into it, which is a terrible way to analyze something. Like, don't do it that way. Put value in the product, not in how much you spent making it. But I was like, okay, this is probably $4.99. I'll try it. So I put it up there, and it sold like 12, 15 copies at $4.99. But then nothing else came in. I was like, oh, shoot. So I had to wait several weeks to be able to change the price to 99 cents. And then it sold fine. Because people who go on the indie store were not looking to pay $5. They were looking to pay 99 cents, no matter what the game was. Because they went there because they didn't have a lot of money to spend. Or they just love indie games to the point of masochism. Because literally anybody could be in there. You could get people who were like making school projects and stuff that had never coded in their lives, and like the criteria for publishing a game was so low. Like, even if it didn't function properly, as long as you had a pause in there, they were like, okay, good, that's great. It's got a pause. We have to have pauses. They had all these rules that were like so funny. So I was just reading comments. Cough, apple, cough. Yeah, nice. But yeah, after like 8 weeks, you change the price. It's probably, you can do that now, actually. Not change the price, put it up for sale, sorry. And sometimes there's some big sales and whatnot. I just do it whenever 8 weeks is up. I have like a little reminder for myself. And that's it. Alright, so we want to do this programmatically, so let's get in here. Max, what do you think of my background? I did this yesterday. Like my terrain. I made some rocks. And I made water that splashes. Splashy splash. We got some grass that blows in the wind. This took me a long time. I don't want to admit that this took me several hours to make. But it's supposed to be like an alien planet, so it's not supposed to look like Earth. Yeah, what do you think? You like it a lot? Aw, thanks, man. I just want to provide interesting scenery for when you're running around jumping and killing things. Alright, so let's get into the code. I was working on Scarlet the Zombie Slayer. I can show you guys that. I made a lot of progress on Scarlet. Let me show you this. I'm not feeling it right now. I don't want to take it any further just at this moment. I was thinking over and over in my head about how I wanted to proceed with Scarlet, and I want to do it justice. I don't want to rush it, and I want to think about everything I'm going to do with it. But so you could run, you could jump, you can kick, you can slash. So you can kick the enemies down, and if they have low enough health, you can execute them. But he's not low enough, so I'm just going to knock him down a little bit, and then I can execute. Oh, which button? Oh, I hit the wrong button. Let me kick him down again. Down there. So then you can execute them. And then you can also get like grabbed by the zombies, and they'll start hitting you. And then you can counter it, and it plays a random counter animation. So that's what I have so far for Scarlet. There's like one other animation where you chop the zombie's head off instead of punching it in the face. And there's no like death animations or anything. There's also like a campfire when you first start off that you sit at and you can hit start, but I skipped it so I didn't have to do it every single time I hit start. But yeah, that's Scarlet. I'm taking my time with that game. I'm thinking about changing up the formula in it a little bit from the original, so I'm not rushing through it. What happened to the RTS you were working on? Which one? Man, RTS. When was I working on an RTS game? Panda, I'm going to keep the core functionality of the game. So you pick up items and they have several stats on them. Like they can have several stats on them, and then you can like tweak those stats. I'm toying in my mind with having a skill tree instead of just like 50 stats that you can choose from. Or I'm toying with taking some of the stats and combining them into a single stat. So it's like, alright, I want something that makes me better at combat. So there'll be like a combat stat. Instead of having, you know, crit and, you know, attack speed, and also like combine them into a single stat, and then you can have less stats but make them more meaningful. So you get something like health regen, but also health pickup, but also the ability to heal your friends faster, and you call it like a medic or survival or something. And then I think if I blend the stats all into a single stat, so you end up with like 10 of them instead of 50, I think it'll be more enjoyable to pick up the stats, and you'll be able to mix and match them more efficiently. So I want to do something like that. I want to keep the leveling up system to unlock stats. I want to have the feel of the game, which is like machine guns and like blowing enemies up into pieces. constantly. Like, I think that's the feel of the game. And then the idea that bosses unlock the next area. I want to keep all of that. Space Knights. Holy crap, dude. Space Knights? Are you sure it wasn't Space Battle, the most epic title ever? No, I'm just kidding. It's the worst title ever. But you talk about Space Battle where you would fly a ship and you could create a fleet for enemies to fight. I've made a lot of games. I've made so many games. I think I might take some of the old textures and redo them for Blocked and Loaded, and like keep some of the themes. I want it to be that you're in space, though. I don't want it to be on Earth. I want you to hop between planets, and each planet is like a hub, so I can create larger levels. Like the planet is the level. You know, maybe there's some caves and buildings you can go into where you zone into a new area. But I want it to feel like an open world and have the enemies spawning around you. And then that way you can like turn the corner and like find another player fighting or something instead of always being like a small area. It was a Diablo clone? Oh my god, I know what you're talking about. So I actually made it was in XNA though, it wasn't in Unity. What you're talking about was not Unity. So I was programming XNA, and I was probably at the height of my capabilities in XNA. So the character had customized faces, just like the Blocked and Loaded 2 that I was designing in there, with 3D assets, like 3D world where you jump around. It's not fake 2D, fake 3D where it's 2D on a plane, and then you can like look up and down, but you can't jump. So I was working on that, but I was using they're called rays, but they're basically points in space that like shoot out until it hits something, and like a laser gun. And I was using rays to calculate like where the mouse was clicking on the plane, and moving the character to that spot, and having him like run up and smack the enemy, just like in Diablo 2, or to like shoot the enemy and stuff. And it was actually going pretty well, but that's around when I lost my computer, and XNA is no longer supported, so there was no real way to get back to where I was. And it's why some of the games I've made that have obvious errors, I can't fix them unless I remake the game. I think the Diablo clone would be fun to make, though. But I think I have to focus. Like, I have so many things and like so many ideas, and like because of my job. And I have a pretty lengthy commute to work, so like I'm 12 hours of my day are just gone. Like just gone. Monday through Friday, 12 hours a day, gone. And so I have to start focusing on games that I really want to finish and putting a lot of effort and love into them. I say love intentionally. I think that's what makes the difference between like a game that people really enjoy and one that's just like a cash grab. Is like the effort you put into small details. But yeah, I need to focus on Blocked and Loaded because it's my most popular game. It's my best chance at like breaking out in the industry. And like I've been watching some of these smaller development groups do really well, like Valheim for example, and I'm like, man, I would love to join one of those teams. And I think the only way I could do it, because I've tried applying, and it doesn't matter that it doesn't matter what I've done in my personal career. It doesn't matter the success that I've had there in my current company. Like I've actually been really successful, and I've led teams and things, and gone into not exactly management, but as close as you can as a programmer. Like leading teams is kind of management, and so I'm like, okay. And I've been a product owner, where I have to interface with management. I'm like, I have all this experience. I could bring this to a gaming development company and do pretty well, I think, and I know how to code. And every single time I do it, it falls flat because they want people fresh out of college that they can mold and hire really, really cheap and kind of abuse. And that's their game model, their plan when they hire people. So if you want to get into the gaming industry, you got to do it fresh out of college. It's very hard to just jump into it halfway through your career. Anyways, That's my advice anyway. I would still apply if you want to do something like that. Like I've been applying every once in a while just to see like if they'd say yes. Because I doubt that wherever I apply I can match my salary. That's the other problem. Like they're not going to be able to afford me if I join one of these small teams. So it's kind of hard. I almost need to join like a studio like God of War or like one of these giant, you know, productions that have all these extra seats available at the table for people to work because they're just this giant corporate web. It's hard to join like a small team fresh out of the garage unless you're fresh out of college. Anyway, is my point. I emailed you know State of Decay? Have you guys played that game, State of Decay? I was playing it and there was this obnoxious bug where the car would like hit something and make this really loud popping noise and then your game would crash. And I was like, huh, I know what that is. And so I emailed them and I told them how to fix it. And they never emailed me back. And I was like, by the way, here's my resume. Like, here, I'll fix this bug for you, and then here's my resume. They never emailed me back. I mean, maybe I was wrong on what caused the bug, but I was pretty sure I knew what it was. Because I had something similar happen to me with the loud pop. It's basically sounds overlaying on top of themselves over and over and over again with no limit until the speakers blow out. And then the game just crashes because there's an infinite number of sound effects going off. And eventually it hits some kind of limit in the hardware, and the Xbox would just die. But I was like, I don't even get a response for that. Anyway, I have had some really nice replies, though, from people on other game companies, and they were very straight with me as the reasons why it wouldn't work. And they're what I just laid out. You know, it's a matter of how expensive you are, and they're just not being positions for what you're good at. Because anybody can code. It's easy to find coders, like fresh out of college, and just mold them into what you want. And they're super inexpensive. But yeah, that, you know that bug I'm talking about? Do they still have that bug? Or did they fix it? Pistol. Let's start with the pistol. And we'll say, I kind of want all weapons to have the same flow. So you have, you're holding the weapon, but it's not drawn. You draw the weapon. You fire the weapon. You go back to holding the weapon. Draw is true. Fire is true. And so every single weapon animation is going to follow the same strategy. That way I can make lots of weapons, create the animations, and just plug it into the system. That's what I want. How much you want to bet my YouTube video will not be published because it has this sound in it, this song? YouTube's kind of picky. It's funny. I can play like certain songs and it doesn't care. And then I play other songs and it's just like, nope, copyright violation. This is the real fun part about coding, is figuring out what you actually need in variables. I say fun as if it's a four-letter word. I don't know if I like the pistol up, like the animations. I don't know if I like them. Alright, let's see. What? Lighting data is corrupted? Oh my god. Oh my god. You don't actually play it? Oh, okay. It's a fun game. I think it has some drawbacks. I think the multiplayer is atrocious. It just smacks of people like getting the single player to work and then just throwing together the multiplayer, when the best way to make a multiplayer game is to start from the beginning knowing it's going to be a multiplayer game. It's just so obvious they threw it all together last minute and it doesn't work. There's so many bugs in that game for multiplayer, it's a little like insulting when you buy it. So why can't I move it? That's actually really bothering me. Like, I do this, and it snaps back into position. I don't get that. Like, if I take this rock and move it, it moves. But I click on this pistol and try... Is it because it has an animation associated with it? Huh. That's weird. I didn't know you could do that. Oh, gravity could be affecting the... Well, if that's true... That's very smart, by the way. I should be able to do that. No, it snaps back. I'll have to look that up. I think it has something to do with the fact that it has an animation. But, yeah, that's bothering me. Yeah, you're right, though. Is it gravity? Because it's like, it's up here. There's no, character controller on it. It shouldn't be affected by gravity. I don't know. I'm gonna put it way up here. It's actually going onto the player, it looks like. So if I move the player over here, oh my god, I don't understand. Wait a second. I think this might be part of it. Go to 0, 0, 0. It's going to 0, 0, 0. Did my music stop? Thanks, Evan, for subscribing on YouTube. I appreciate it. Alright, we'll screw it. So the way I did this in the original Blocked and Loaded 2 that I was trying to remake in Unity. God, I've remade this game like 4 times trying to get it right. I can show you. It's already working. Instead of using an animation, I just used 2 points and then lerped it. Like, I manually created an animation. So I forget which button it is. One of these buttons creates a gun. That makes an enemy. There we go. So you can aim, and if you look at the gun, what it's doing, it's just moving between 2 points. So I was like, alright, I'll just save the 2 points, and that'll be the animation for the gun. But it's kind of limited. And it's a lot of like trial and error. So I was really hoping that the animations would be much easier to work with. but they're actually proving to be pretty annoying. I got a lot of stuff in that game, by the way. I've got the sun and the moon working. So there's a lot of stuff in there that I'm going to transfer over to this version of the project. But this version I'm trying to write more like a Unity project. I'm trying to incorporate more aspects of Unity and not just put everything into a single class or file. Like the foam for the water is a pretty simple script, but it's a script on the water itself, not in the main file. So a weapon's going to have a state. It's going to have a type. It's going to have a model. But yeah, if you guys have ideas, check out the Discord and put anything you want to see in the game in the suggestions area. Game ideas, and I'll take a look. That was a good idea, though, Dan, that it was gravity. That was a really clever idea. I forget how to load objects. I just want to make sure I do it right. Definitely don't be afraid to look at previous games and be like, oh yeah, that's how I did that, instead of trying to figure it out every time. So I need a resources folder under assets. And then everything else has to come from there. So I'm going to copy these into here. And so I want to go resources into models. Okay, I just do a single slash. That's what I couldn't remember. So models, open up, /pistol model. There we go. So that's the path. Now it's loaded into this array. Bing, bada boom, bada bing. So we got our weapon state, our weapon type. Type will correspond to the model. So I'll just use that as an index, like, oh, slot 0 is the pistol. So I'll load model 0. We're tracking the weapon state. We need to track the game object that's associated. So do game object. Okay. Now I need an array of these weapons. So weapon, weapons. Oh, it's not public. That's a mistake. Oh, someone has decided to post a very large lump of text. You know what is coming when you do this. Don't you? You do this on purpose, don't you? Yes. Ah, I have too many windows. Maybe elemental based classes. So at the beginning of the game, you choose a 1 out of 3 elements, like water, fire, wind, screw earth, who needs earth? Or something. These would all have a very basic skill tree instead of one giant skill tree. And it would affect the element. And each would have its own playstyle. Maybe even certain weapons would synergize with the classes. Sorry. Sauron liked your take, Panda. He thinks it's kind of cool. I like it. I like it. And then each of the elements could be like good at a certain thing. Not necessarily countering each other, but like good at different aspects of battle. Shrug, right? What is that? Fire could be AoE based. Like, I love it, man. Water could be healing. Yeah, I want to do. I do want to do more teamwork based fighting. Like bosses where you kind of need people like doing more than just distracting a boss, but like being more involved in that. Okay, so I don't need to track the weapon state as part of this enum. It can be something the player tracks. I just need to track the type. Actually, as I do this, I'm like, ah, shit. Shoot. I don't need any of this. Unless I start tracking things like damage and reload speed. Yeah, okay, that will justify this. Alright, now we can justify having a weapon structure. That's better. I'm going to call this weapon definition. Okay. Let's see. I don't need to track the game object anymore. I like it, Panda. It's a good idea. You're always thinking. Keep me honest. At the moment, I am definitely focused on just getting the basic elements of the prototype working. And that's what I want to do this time in game development. Instead of jumping straight into designing levels and architecting the boss fights and all that stuff, I want to instead focus more on the initial prototype of the game. The basic functions, making those feel really fun. And then I will focus on building the world and the characters and the items. Like, I just want to get everything from a prototype standpoint done, because it takes so long to do all the other things. If I'm doing both at the same time, I think I'll lose focus. I'll end up with a game that just kind of works, but isn't necessarily fun. I think I just lucked into it with the original Blocked and Loaded, that as I made the game, it was also kind of fun to play. It's hard to define fun. Alright, so we got our weapon models. For weapon definitions... There you go. Now, why would I use weapon type? Oh, because the different weapons, it may matter whether it's a pistol or a rifle or a shotgun. It may change the way you use the weapons, so that's a good reason to keep track of my weapon type. We need a int current weapon index. And that will correspond to the weapon definition. Dude, what is this soundtrack? It's just like every game ever made. Have you guys seen the joke version of this song? It's so funny. That's all I can think of now, is the joke version where they retranslate all the words they're saying into something funny. Oh my god. I just keep thinking of all like the retranslated words. If you haven't seen the parody of this song, you must. Alright, we're going to try instantiating a pistol on the player's camera. Alright, so when I push Q, a weapon should pop up and appear on his head. Oh my god! What is this? Lighting data is corrupted. Remove it and launch Unity again. I'm taking a screenshot. What the hell is that? The gods do not want me to finish my game. What should we do, Frumpy? Should we keep going? I think we should keep going. Did it, like, save my code, at least? The pistol appeared on my head! Yay! Hooray! Okay, now we just gotta move it to the right position. Okay. Alright, hopefully that'll work out. Let's see. I'm liking this soundtrack, though. I'm playing the game, and this man has the global rank of -1. Not 1, but -1. What game is that? How do you get a rank of -1? That's some Mario Brothers bullcrap right there. Kudos if you get the reference. Alright, please work. Please work on the first try. Please, I'm pushing the button. Oh. So, I think it has to do with the animation thing. The animations I think are absolute positions. Rather than being local positions, they're absolute positions. That's why it was always going to 0, 0, 0. Alright. There's a couple ways to solve this. A rhythm game? Oh, that's interesting. Well, it sounds like he's doing really poorly. Or so well that the game can't even track his numbers. Man. This is the low point in the game development cycle where you realize that something you thought worked doesn't work at all. Alright. Google, help me. Animation, local position, Unity. Okay, I think I know how to fix it, but it annoys the piss out of me that I have to do it this way. Apparently it has something to do with the way Unity used to work, and in order to maintain backwards compatibility, that's what I just read, they had to do it this way. So if I do the pistol and I create a empty object and put the pistol inside it, I said, if I put the pistol inside it, then it will animate properly in the world instead of reverting to what we were seeing where it would jump to 0, 0, 0. So I've got to create a game object and then stuff the pistol inside it, which is so stupid, but apparently it's to like maintain reverse compatibility with old versions of Unity. Okay. Okay, Unity, I can play your games. We'll just try it out. So, at the start of the game, I'll create the placeholder item. Or I can do it here, I guess. Doesn't matter. I'll be really interested if this works. Can you create a like GameObject.empty? I don't know how to do it programmatically. Item placeholder. We'll just put it in the game. 0, 0, 0. Okay. I'll be very, very interested if this works. Alright, so now we have this placeholder object. And we're going to make this, instead of going to the camera, it's going to go to the placeholder transform. So now we just got to make sure placeholder is attached to the camera, and we're good to go. So let's do that now. Okay. Item placeholder, I want you at 0, 0, 0 with no rotations. Fingers crossed. Boom. Wait, did it work or did it not work? It's hard to tell. Nah, it didn't work. Oh wait, is it because it? No, it shouldn't matter if it's playing the animation. What if I move? Oh, I can move the placeholder. Oh, it's glorious. Yes. Okay, so this is just a bug in Unity that I'm pretty happy I solved so quickly. So I've got this empty object that will float in front of me, and I just got to put it in the right position. Oh wait, I can just hit play. Okay, let's go to the animator. There's the draw. Firing. I mean, the animations are all goofy, but it is working. So there's me drawing the pistol, putting it up, firing. That looks really good. What do you guys think? Cool? And I used the animations. Now I don't like the pickup animation. I don't like how high it goes in the air. I actually want it to go down versus up in the air. Yeah, I want it down in the ground. So, now I just got to modify the animations. I want this to be negative instead of positive. Alright, let's try that. Look at that! That's so cool! That is so cool! That's all done with animations instead of me trying to figure out exactly where everything goes. Bang, 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 bang. I think I gotta get rid of the exit time, though. I think this exit time is not good. No exit time. Let's try that. I'm gonna save that. See what it looks like. Much better. The only thing I don't like is that when the firing ends, it kind of wiggles back into position. So this right here, I don't know where it's coming from. Maybe I should have exit time on that. Oh, because it's playing pistol down. Oh, okay. So let's take guys' time off. I don't want to play pistol down. And I don't want to play pistol firing either. Let's see what that looks like. Much better. Much better. Very, very cool. Bang, 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 bang. I like how centered it is, too. That's cool. Very cool. See, that's why the internet forums are so useful as a programmer, especially when they answer questions. So this was answered in 2010. 2010. This beautiful man who's now 10 years older, 11 years older. It's much easier to say that than to do it, and keep proper backwards compatibility. It just doesn't fit current Unity design. So the animation component overrides the transform. I was right. I was right. It's good to be right. It's good to understand why your fix works versus just making the fix and being like, okay, that one worked. Yeah, Unity's been out for a while. This is not, I am not working in the cutting edge. This is definitely not cutting edge at all. Oh, I should probably track the animation. I should track the animation variable. So let's call it animator my item animator. My little item animator. Get component animator. Alright, then I can reference it easily. Let's see, what else do we want to do? Alright, let's do aiming the gun, firing, making bullets, making splashes, puffs of smoke, all that good stuff. I actually have some of that stuff already done. I just have to implement it. So, alright, so we want to aim the gun. So, right-clicking will aim. Or, if you fire the gun, you'll aim instantly. But let's work on doing the right-click first. So if you hold the right mouse button down, we should have states, shouldn't we? We should have weapon states. I think I had them up here. That's the weapon states. So we'll go at a higher level. We'll say if weapon state is equal to holding. Drawing. Drawing is really the same as aiming. And I don't need a withdrawing state because it's just going to mean holding. So we can get rid of this. I think I'm going to rename this aiming. So you're holding it, you're aiming it, or you're firing it. So if you're holding it and you hold the right click down, your weapon state becomes aiming. Your weapon, your... what was the animator called? My item animator. Dot set boolean draw true. So now when I hold down the right click, I'm going to draw the weapon. Else, if you're not holding down that right click, okay, so now your draw will false. So now, when we hold right click down, we should aim the weapon, and when we let go, it should give up. Oh, it's not where, oh, we got a null reference. Oh, let me delete this. Created my weapon, right click. Oh, we got another null reference. What's wrong? Let me clear this. So my weapon state got into aim. Oh, I'm an idiot. Stop. Let's try that again, shall we? First try. Look at that! It looks so cool! Now the only thing is, you're going to be able to fire this before it's finished the animation. So we're going to want to have some other states here. So I want a boolean for ready to fire. And I want another boolean for ready to aim, so that you're not just immediately firing or aiming the gun before it's done going back up. I think I don't need the aim one, the more I think about this. I think I really just want the ready to fire. So when the pistol is down, we're going to add a behavior. Ready to fire. And it's going to be the same for every single weapon. It's going to have the same script. So we're going to say on exit. Ready to fire is true. And then let's go back. When your pistol is up, let me think about this. If you go into pistol is up, ready to fire should become false. So, but it should be as you enter it. So we'll call it not ready to fire. And on state enter. Now we go back into our code. Whoops, I left it for some reason. Let's see. You should not go into the aiming state unless you're ready to fire is true. So, and dot get bool ready to fire is equal to true. Okay. I think we're good. So that means when you aim to shoot the gun, it's ready to fire. But as soon as you exit, so when pistol is up, it's not ready to fire. And then when pistol is down, it is ready to fire. Okay, so that makes sense, but the aiming part shouldn't matter if you're firing or not. So this part actually I should take out. That only affects the bullet. So we'll say if input dot get mouse button 0 if weapon state is equal to aiming and you're ready to fire, then we'll fire. So I'll just put a little checker in here. We'll see what it looks like. So Q, we aim the gun. So if I left click here, it's not reaching this section of the code. It's not firing the weapon. If I aim and then let go and try to fire, it doesn't work. If I aim and fire, it works. Yes! We did it! This is perfect. Oh shoot, we need bullets, don't we? No pun intended. I don't have any bullets. Oh, I want the bullets to glow! I just thought of that. I want them to glow. Do I want to do squares? Like little rectangles? So we want for bullets. If it's a rectangle, you can kind of see it moving. I definitely want to make my weapons glow. So we're totally going to do that. Totally. I definitely want to use more lights in this game than my previous game. I want lighting to be all over the place. So we're gonna have the bullets light up. The player should probably have a flashlight too. Honestly, we should probably make a flashlight. But all right, so let's get the bullets into the game. I'm gonna start off with just getting a single bullet to look good. We got our aimer there. Bang, 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 bang. Put it in here. Alright, so we don't have an animation, so we don't need one. Create a variant, bullet model. And we're just going to get a bullet into the game and we're going to make it glow. Ooh, that's kind of big. That's a big bullet. That would definitely mess you up. So let's figure out a better scale here. Oh, I didn't save the scale in here. That's why. I was like, why is it making a square? Export. Esporte. So if you replace the file, it reloads it. So that's nice. Now, that is a better size bullet. That does not look like it's going to take... You know, it still would hurt. It would definitely hurt still. But it's not going to take half your body with it. Maybe it really likes squares. Unity does love its squares. I love my squares! Alright, 25%. Boop, boop, boop. I said boop, boop, boop. Now, how do we make this sucker glow? That's the real question, excuse me. So that's what Google's for. I can attach a light to it. That wouldn't be that hard to do. But is there a nice way to make the thing glow? Make a model glow in Unity. Unity 3D bullet glow. You could do it with a second camera. That's interesting. Alright, I mean, I can just add a light and see what it looks like. I want it to have a halo. I want it to cast shadows. So there on the right, that's what it would look like. Maybe we need to make this a little smaller. Hey Fast Wings, how's it going? We're working on Blocked and Loaded 2. And I'm trying to make glowy bullets. I want them to be interesting. Not just blocks flying at you. So a little lower intensity there. What are you up to, Fast Wings? How's your Sunday going? Gosh, it's Sunday already. That sucks. I think that looks cool. I think at night that would look really good. Just a subtle little glow. Especially when it goes flying past you. Little glowing orbs. And it casts shadows too, which is kind of nifty. I'm doing okay. I'm actually really happy with how like the alien planet turned out. I think it looks really cool. I love the water. The water is so cool. There, we got our bullet. It's supposed to be like a glowing bullet. Yeah, we'll do a pretty simple little, 300 bullets will probably do it. Let's see, the bullet's gonna have a game object. It's gonna have... Game object will inherently have a direction and position. So we probably want to keep track of things like how much damage it has. The lifespan on it. And let's just define this right here. Oh, the index for the bullets. Let's keep an index. Enum, bullet index, or bullet type. And we'll just call the normal shot, I don't know, normal for now. Keep that public. And we'll do public, bullet type, B type. Make it smaller. Too much reflections? Oh, really? Well, I think part of the problem with the water is that it's such a small little pond. Wait, why can't I move? What's going on? Wait, what's going on? Clear. Oh, I didn't save. Oh, stop it. Stop, stop, stop. Stop. $199 errors. What went wrong? Wait, I broke my game. What did I do? Ground check is null. What happened to ground check? It's right there. Did I delete it? No. Did something break up here and therefore it never got defined? Possibly. Whoa, why did it jump down there? Let us see. Let's see. So it's resources, models, bullet model. Bullet model. Well, what's wrong with that? Models, bullet model. Is this not a game object? Oh! Ah, I'm an idiot. Bullets, bullet models, is equal to new. There. No more breaky for you. But that's B-type. Can't type today. What games are you guys playing nowadays? You playing any Valheim? Panda was playing Quaver, a rhythm game. I have no rhythm, so that would probably be bad for me. Alright, so we have all the bullets. Now we have to do adding a bullet and making it fly. And also getting rid of them over time. So you tell me where to go, what rotation, and also what type of bullet. It's not really a house of Fast Wings. It's like a little environment to test in. That's why there's like walls all around. It's just me keeping everything in one small area to prototype it out. Look through the bullets until we find a good one. Oh my god, I can't type. Is there anything else I have to keep track of? I think that's good. It's funny, I get more people watching through YouTube, but the people that chat on YouTube are always like, hey, what's your Twitch channel? It's just funny how that works. It's like people would rather watch on Twitch, but most people find me through YouTube. It's very fascinating. Alright, so that's adding the bullet. Now we have to do updating the bullet. And we probably should have like a destroy bullets. Okay, that looks great. Alright, let's do update bullets. So, I want there to be a collider on the bullets. Let's get that right off the bat. Beautiful. Oh, the box collider went on for me. That's really cool. I like that. It's a trigger only. Now when it collides with terrain, it's going to become a puff of smoke. So we need a script on the bullets. But I also need to update the bullet here. I guess I could do the update of the bullet on the script itself, which would be kind of cool. That'd be something that I haven't done before. Let's do that. That might be really cool. I haven't done something like that. So let's do a new script. Bullet script. So we're going to need some public information that we'll supply when we create the bullet. So we need that integer life remaining. We need the public damage. Okay. Now if we go back to the main, where we set this information about the bullet, I could pass it into the game object. I think the better way to do this is just to keep track of an integer of which bullet this represents. Index. That might be a better way to do this, and then I can handle the collision detection in this script and pass values back to the main. I basically just want to use Unity's hit detection and not make my own up. Oh, I don't find those anywhere? Better do that. Whew. Moving right along. So if the bullet is true, we're going to subtract life minus equals 1. If 0, destroy the bullet. Okay, so I'll destroy the bullet. But besides doing all that, we also want to move the bullet. So I wonder if that means that the bullet needs a character controller attached to it. I mean, we can try it. And get rid of the box collider. How do I move the enemies in Scarlet? I want to do that. Oh, I was manually translating them. I guess that could work. I don't like it, but it might be better to add a force to them. I think I like that better. Alright guys, well I'm going to work through some of the details of this. I really appreciate everybody watching. Hopefully YouTube will allow this to be published. If not, you'll have to check it out on Twitch. Alright guys.